How idyllic does this look? In this video I will be discussing my new board. So yes, I have another new board after the last few videos. And yeah, this setup on the Leviathan. So as you can see, this white part beneath the base plate is a base plate shim. A friend of mine was nice enough to 3D print me a couple of ones. And yeah, this one is running at a 2.5 degree angle, and I do really feel that it helps the whole setup. But yeah, first of all, as you can see, we had a beautiful day over there. The sun was shining. We had a little bit of wind, and yeah, there you can see Patrick taking off in these, yeah, not too big bumps actually, as the first spot we were was dead flat. This one had 15 kilometers fetch, and yeah, all of a sudden we had waves. And yeah, there you can see the first real takeoff on my new board. This was its first sea trial actually, so yeah, I was really impressed with how it felt. Still, I gotta say, it's really different from the board I had before. So yeah, first of all, for the volume, the board I had before had just below 100 liters. This one has a bit more than 110 liters. Yeah, it doesn't sound like too much of a difference, but it really makes a huge difference. And that's why, if I stay on a wave, and I'm not on foil, I'm just on the board, staying up, trying to drift downwind and prepare myself to paddle, and the wave overtakes me. On the below 100 liter board, what happened was that the wave overtook me on the height of my ankles, or yeah, not knee high, maybe if it was a really strong wave, sometimes knee high, but mostly like on the ankles. But the whole board was beneath the water surface, making it, yeah, kind of hard to just balance it out and to stay on it. And on the 110 liters, I'm 85 kilograms by the way. Yeah, on the 110 liter board, the wave doesn't overtake me on ankle high, so the board does always stay on the water surface, so on top of the water surface. Yeah, so it doesn't get so extremely unstable, and I did really feel that I had a way easier time balancing this board. And yeah, that's just an amazing thing, as until now, like, the biggest thing hindering me from getting up on foil, yeah, maybe was the kind of foil I was using. So for the high aspect foil, that's pretty hard for me to pump it up, the Veloz XLH. But besides that was the balance, as I mostly, yeah, when I tried to just stay in the bumps, not being on foil, just staying on the board, it was so extremely hard to balance it out and not to fall in. And yeah, I think that a bit more volume makes this way easier. That being said, the footage you see right now is on another board again. That's a 80 by 19 and also just below 100 liters. So it's Patrick's, my partner in crime's, current setup on the Axis 1300. And yeah, it was really good to have a direct comparison, as my new board has 7.2 by 19 compared to this one 80 by 19. And the difference is just insane. I really noticed it compared to the board I had before. So before I was on a 7.6 by 19. How much more power it takes to paddle up the 7.2 compared to the 7.6. It's not like a completely crazy difference. I still managed to paddle it up, and it works perfectly. But I do really feel that I need to put more force in, or maybe I need a stroke or two more. And that also applies for the flat water. So for my flat water setup, so basically exactly this, the Leviathan 1350, it just takes me a stroke more to get this thing up to speed. And yeah, this is not really a setup which you pump up over speed. It's more like doing the pumping motion, and then it comes up at some point. So yeah, I'm a bit afraid of how it's gonna go if I try pedaling up more high aspect, more fast foils, which require speed for the takeoff. But yeah, I think it's something to get used to, and 7.2 is still comparably a pretty long, and 19 a pretty thin board. So yeah, On to the next part, this base plate shim, which I talked about in the beginning already. I think this is kind of dialing in the problems I had with the Leviathan 1350 before. I tried a bunch of stabilizer shimming, and here I've still put positive 1.5 degrees in the stabilizer. But the problem I had, regardless if I was pumping or if I was downwinding, was that I felt like the board was pointing downwards. And that's not only on my awesome Vampire downwind subboard, that's also on my pump plank, which has a 0 degrees base plate to the deck. So yeah, I always felt like the board was pointing downwards and my back leg was burning out way faster than it should, even though I had it pretty far backwards. And now with the base plate shim, the 2.5 degree angle makes it kind of perfect. The foil now feels balanced, the board points in one direction, and yeah, it just felt way better. I did really enjoy it. Still, I'm not sure if I will use the Leviathan 1350 too much for downwinding, as in the next video I will show you exactly the same conditions, just on a bit faster foil. Yeah, making it possible to just ride different lines, and I think to use the energy of the waves better. But still, I really love the setup as I get up on foil every single time. I'm used to it, it's easy, and I will have fun using it, especially if the waves are little, like in this case. So yeah, I do really like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on the setup, just hit me up, and yeah, hope you liked it.